Go ahead.
Okay, so we have the right side and the bottom, or deck as it's referred to in cabinet vision parlance. And we can go ahead and line these up here. I've got my assembly bench, which is nice and flat. If you feel like you need some additional support, it's not a bad idea to go ahead and get a clamp. Awesome. Caused me more trouble to use a clamp than it does not to use a clamp. Okay. Alright, so just having this clamp in place makes it a little bit easier for somebody who's not used to holding and stapling at the same time. Okay. So I'm going to get my staple gun, attach it to the air hose, which is right here. And I'm going to put one staple into this thing, making sure that my staple gun is perpendicular. I just want to install one staple, and that's going to hold this in place while I can visually inspect this joint. And if this joint is not perfectly flush, that's where I would get my shim out, and I would put this under the high side, or actually under the low side, and then I can take my mallet and still make a minor adjustment. So I'm not hitting it hard, I'm just tapping it, and that gives me a nice perfect flush fit there, okay? So I've made a small adjustment, probably a 1/64 of an inch, but that gives me a nice flush joint right there. Then I can go ahead and install, let's just put like about 4 staples into the side of this cabinet. Okay, so the staples then are going to hold my cabinet in place while I go ahead and install the screws. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 5mm pilot holes. So the program, the cabinet vision program, gives us a pilot hole for our conformat bit, and this, I just put the tip of my bit into it, and it will help me keep the drill straight. Again, I'm going to concentrate on keeping the drill perpendicular so that I am getting a screw going in straight. So I backed it up to just clear the hole of chips a little bit and then drill it back. You'll see that by evacuating the chips halfway through, it makes it a little bit easier to drill. Okay, so I've got all of my holes drilled. I'll go ahead and install my posi-drive driver into the drill. So we want to install the screw so that it's just below the surface. You can keep driving. This driver will drive the screw right through the side of the board, and then there will be nothing left to hold that cabinet together. So you have to visually watch what you're doing. When that drill head or screw head is just below the surface, you release your trigger. That's called eye-hand coordination, right, George?
You betcha.
Okay, so we've got our screws installed, and this joint then is stabilized. We're ready to go and put the other side of the cabinet on. I'm going to cut